Okay. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we'll now continue. I'm going to continue with the meeting, and then all your questions, or those I can answer, will be answered.
I'm going to split up the board.
Okay, so I'm going to call the meeting order. The chair of the secretary of the association is the secretary of the meeting at 7:15. Okay. Proof of the mailing, the notice of meeting. This goes with the minutes. And there's a file. There's a copy of the minutes from the last meeting, which, if there's not a problem here, this is from the budget meeting. They don't have to be read if there's no problem. If no one with objections.
No objection.
Okay, so they'll be filed as presented, and then we have a quorum. Okay, and they'll have a roll call, please.
Craig Eskenazi.
Eskenazi present, Nancy Feenan present, Harold present.
Bill Snagel present.
Okay, and okay, the first order of business is we have 3 things or 4 things to consider. I just would like to, first thing we're going to do is I'd like someone to make a motion for me to, we need to have a motion to vote on the resolution letter for the line of credit that we named. That has nothing to do with FEMA. This is something else entirely. Anyone want to make that motion?
Yes.
Okay, they'll make a motion to accept the resolution letter for the line of credit?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Wait a minute.
How much is the line?
Yeah, can you explain what this is?
Just a second, please. And I vote yes also, Craig.
Yeah.
Okay, and Harold. Okay, which is, have a roll call?
Bill Snagel.
Yes, Nancy Feenan, yes. Harold? Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And that's a resolution for the line of credit that we obtained from the Colonial Bank, and it's to be paid back within a year, and it's for $150,000, and it's only being, of which we've used about $20,000 to take the trees down, to plant trees out there, and that will be paid, and the resolution letter is for that whatever is used of that money would be paid back through, with our assessment. So it's at rate.
Does everybody understand that? Or no?
Do you understand
No.
that?
Okay,
Why don't we go through it
I'll
slow?
explain it to you. It's a line of credit that the board got. The reason for it is because things have to get done. Okay? So because we couldn't assess people fast enough because we didn't know what the total assessments were. So in order to put back the trees and start doing things, they obtained a line of credit. When we get assessed, that will be paid back as per when we get the assessment, that money paid back for the line of credit. So basically, we're trying to get the money to do things faster. That's what the purpose of it was. Does everyone understand that?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
You have a question?
Yes. Weren't we assessed for trees in the summer last year in July?
That was something else, my dear. That was a line. That was trees. That was the trees from last year. When the hurricane came along, the trees from last year, we assessed $1,500, and it cost $2,500 just to take those trees out from the previous year, and then we had replaced a few of those trees, so that money was totally used up. This is from the hurricane. That we lost 40 trees on the property. If you read the letter that went out, 40 trees we lost here. The outside swale was from floor to ceiling, or as high as the fence was, and as long as the swale was, if you weren't here to see it. It was very sad. And then we did that quickly so we could take advantage of FEMA's free pickup, which they came at least 2 or 3 times. I think we still have one big trunk out there. So one big, okay. Well, does that answer your question here? Okay. Okay, next is, now the lady was here for the FEMA and for SBA. And the one thing we did take advantage of FEMA was, as I said, the free pickup of all our trees. I wanted you to hear it from the horse's mouth, what it would be with regard to a loan from FEMA. There's no free guys, we always have to pay or whatever. And not only would we have to pay in the amounts that she told us would be $700,000, whatever, the entire complex would be liened. And personally, as an owner of 2 units, my family owns 2 units, I don't want anybody to lien my purse. That's my personal opinion. That's my personal feeling on it. So I'm just telling me that. So they would, I'm not, from the point of view of a FEMA loan, I am not personally in favor of it. So if anyone else has any questions regarding that?
Nancy, what is the rate for the Colonial? What's the line of credit rate? Do we have the interest rate?
I think is it 5, 6? What is it, 6? We only pay interest on anything that we've spent.
Right.
So it's 6, I think it's 6.
6%?
Yeah.
Hopefully, it shouldn't be that much. I mean, a line of credit's for, say, 150, but hopefully only 20 to 25,000 will be used. Because you're going to get the assessment real soon, and,
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
you know, so we'll pay that back very quickly. So the interest will really be very negligible.
But if we essentially, if we did get a line of credit from SBA...
I don't think you can get a line of credit like that from SBA. They run it differently than
Well, I
that.
mean, if you got the loan, you had to pay that back at a lower rate.
Yeah, you could, but then again, they're only going to give you, up to the amount that, they explain it like if it's 100,000, they give you over the 100,000, so it's not going to work very conveniently with SBA to even get them.
And they put a lien on
Everything.
Well, I mean, that's just, obviously, you know, they need collateral. so
Does
they're gonna-
anybody else have any questions with regard to what what the lady was talking about from the SBA? Because I'd like, just like someone to make a motion that we're not going to go in that direction, because whatever, and see, or make a motion if we want or don't want it, or,
Well, I'll make a motion that I do not want to do that.
and I
But
would
you
second
just
the
took
motion.
the other loan out.
Bill?
Yep,
And
I
Harold?
go
Okay.
along with it.
Okay, so that was done. And let me just have a roll call on that, please. Nancy Feenan, yes. Bill, yes. Okay, yes, we
No,
no, I mean, we don't, yes, we don't, yes, no.
Yes, we
We have
don't.
no bananas, yeah. Sorry. Yes, we have no bananas. Harold is no, and then, and Bill. Okay. Okay, now, move along. Now, we've been calling people daily, monthly, weekly, to get people in here to tell us what, you know, and now one roofer did come, and in fact, the guy that did the roof over there at Terrace, because we like their work, and also our roof up here, and he sent us, we got our first bid in today, and this is October, and this is now at the end of January. We have 3 more people coming supposedly this week, but I just couldn't get them here before this meeting. But we know now from the rate of the bid of the other person that we didn't think that we were going to be able to meet our deductible. You know that we have a $3 million catastrophe policy, and we have a $220,000 deductible, which means that we all have to kick in approximately $900 to make up the 200. What? $950. $950. Almost $1,000. After that, after we've met our deductible, then the insurance company kicks in and will pay, you know, the rest of what it is. Well, it looks like we have to get the other bids in as well, but it looks like this is going to be, I thought it was going to be like maybe 180, which is less than 220, but it would be more than the 150 that we had already taken on a credit on. But it looks like it's going to be close to like 250 or so, maybe 275, and that I have to wait till we get the other two bids in. We have to, and wait, let me just finish. So, having said that, 300. And maybe Harold's saying the 300,000. He's in the business. It's a terrible world out there. But for those of us that have loss assessment clauses in our insurance, which I'm hoping to do, those people will only have to spend around 250 on the assessment, because there are a couple of other things that are included, which I'll explain in a minute. But that would be. And for those of us that don't have insurance, the assessment is going to be around, give or take. It's going to be, and you have to understand, it's taking us now, this is happening in October. It's now January. We have to get these people in here, we have to get the money collected, then we have to give them a deposit to come and start to do the roof. And we're trying to try and get this done before our rainy season starts in June. Because once the rainy season starts, we're up the creek.
Well,
What is that? About $1,300, yeah. So, okay, so, you have a question, I'm sorry.
I checked with State Farm.
Yes.
Got a loss rider, And they said it doesn't cover wind and hurricane.
I'm not talking about wind, sir, we're talking about the roof, and we've already been in touch with our.
You're not talking about my policy.
Yeah, I see, I'm talking about policy, we're talking about individual you know what, and if you would be kind enough, any kind of, insurance questions with regard to your personal policy, if you wanted to speak with Betsy, she has some information, and we also have a folder in the office from the insurance companies which tells you about the assessment clause. I know a couple of people have looked it up, and one person said to me that that's fine, that his insurance covers it, but he has to have a list, you know, or it has to be spelled out, and it's fine, we can provide that. And once we give you the copy of the deck sheet from the liability policy, which says that, it's $220 for the deductible. That's what you can submit to your insurance company.
So essentially, Nancy, that's what we need to come up with is 220,000, because we're gonna, so that's the
And
brass
then
tacks. So
that's
somehow we have
just
to come
that's
up
for
with
the
one
roof, yeah. So
for
that's
220,000.
right. So,
Okay.
but it comes to
Simple number.
Does the insurance cover anything else besides the
no.
Yeah.
That's why we
no
went.
lights, that?
And everything you think should be covered by insurance isn't. The fence that blew up, well, I think the air conditioning in this roof was covered. That blew up and knocked over the fence and wrecked the fence isn't covered. The trees aren't covered. What else is there? The sign. That's not covered. That's wind. Yeah, the lights that went out. When the trees went down and they tore up the stuff outside, some of that stuff is not covered. We can't, I mean, it's unbelievable. And we have to pay, but the thing is that we have this big policy, God forbid anything really bad should ever happen, that you would be able to have people come in and, you know, build the place up from the inside. That's why you have this, I mean, it's not something I invented, it's been here for years and years. So,
Nancy,
yes.
a couple of things. You said roof. Do you mean the side
I'm
shingles or
just
do you
talking
mean?
about, well, our roof is
The
fine.
roof is fine, okay.
Well, I'm talking about the mansard
Okay.
and the outside, the whole
That-
5 contiguous buildings.
Then I got one other suggestion to you, if I may, and I can't remember how they're exactly called. They're insurance guys who negotiate on behalf
Yeah.
with you and the insurance.
Yep.
And I have to tell you, they are generally very successful for a 10% kickback. And I'm saying, like, we may not even have to pay the deductible if you get a good, and I don't know what's the exact term. Their insurance,
They're adjusters.
well, they're,
Arbitrator.
well, I can't remember their exact
And they're very good
term.
at what they do.
Yeah.
They're very good at what they do. Have you made a settlement with the
Oh,
insurance?
no, and that's the other thing, we have to even, the insurance adjuster was here like the day after, whatever, we took pictures, we have pictures, we have movies, the whole everything, when everything was hanging off everything. And he has to come back now, or we have to get a hold of them and
Okay.
tell them what our bid is, tell them what's going, then they have to come back and tell us what their findings are and all that good stuff. At that point, then we need these people, maybe they can talk
I
about that.
really,
Yeah,
I've talked with one. They know how to negotiate, and if I find his card,
okay,
just think about that.
until, oh, right. you have to-
Right.
But you need to
You gotta
understand-
start on yourself, and then you get that guy in. Okay.
Now, is there anything else that you want me to, that we can try to explain to you about the, you know, the deductible and the, and then your involvement? And you need to understand, you have your insurance, and it might take them, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks to get the money to you, whatever, but in the meantime, you will be responsible for, paying that part of your assessment before maybe you receive your money from the insurance. You need to understand that, I'm not asking you to do anything I have to, and I'm not doing myself, so, but that's, Elizabeth.
You said that we would be responsible for 220,000. We're talking about 230 units?
Yeah.
But you're saying that we would all owe more than 1,000 apiece?
Yes, it's about 1,200, because there's a couple of other items. We had started as